We're here with Channel 7 presenter, former swimming star, and more importantly, long-time Saints fan, Giaan Rooney. Giaan, welcome down to the Saints.
Thank you so much. This is actually my first time to Seaford. It's my first time to your new training facilities, and they look fantastic, so it's good to be here.
Well, you would have seen a lot of elite training facilities in your time. What does this stack up against, say, the Australian Institute of Sport and everywhere else you would have been in your time?
I think the best thing about here is the fact that the Australian Institute of Sport is in Canberra, which is one of the hardest places as an athlete to train in the world because of weather and all things like that. This is sensational. I mean, everything is so modern, everything's set up particularly well for the players, and everything they could possibly need is here. So I think it's brilliant.
Now, I understand you went to school with Nick Riewoldt back in the Gold Coast. Is that the reason for you following the Saints, or is there more to it than that?
It is. I came down from Queensland when I was about 19, and I very quickly figured out that I came from a league and a union background, and if you wanted to be in Melbourne, living in Victoria, you definitely had to follow an AFL team. The first 8 pages of the sports section were all about AFL, so I quickly integrated myself into it, and of course, going to school with Rui, I had to obviously jump on board the Saints as soon as he did, and it's been an interesting journey, and I just hope the boys can have a cracking season this season.
Now, we all know Nick as the take charge, real leadership sort of guy. What was he like back at school?
Back at school, he was a gangly, tall Spider-Man. We actually didn't know that he played AFL all that well. AFL at that stage on the Gold Coast or in Queensland hadn't really taken off. It was still very much league orientated back then, and so it wasn't really until Nick came to Melbourne, #1 draft pick, signed to St Kilda, became a superstar, that we went, so that's what you used to do every weekend up there. So he's probably had very humble beginnings because we didn't give him much at school, but we certainly jump on board the bandwagon now and claim him as our own.
Now, we won't give away too much about why you're here filming for Channel 7, but I understand you are going to be part of Channel 7's footy coverage to an extent this year?
Yeah, I am. I'm really looking forward to it. I obviously take a keen interest in the game, and I love the backstories and I guess the personality side stories of not only the players but the coaching staff and really the behind the scenes that make a club tick. So I'll be doing a couple of stories for mainly the Saturday night show at this stage, and if I can show off a couple of players and their personalities and their little quirky habits, then that'd be great.
Well, you're always welcome back here at Linden House Centre. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.